You're listening to The Bird Bath. Welcome back to The Bird Bath. Each week we scrape the surface of the news you need to know, so let's get into it. If you've been subscribed to our Substack, and this is a great plug for you to stop what you're doing and make sure you are subscribed, you probably have already read a little bit about this story here, but Lincoln Memorial University has filed an antitrust lawsuit against the AVMA. They are accusing the organization of playing gatekeeper with a little bit too much influence over what the COE, or the Council of Education, deems is appropriate for the university. So the big story here is that we have one of, if not, I believe actually, the largest universities, veterinary medical colleges, filing a suit against the big dog organization and association in our industry. The goal that Lincoln Memorial and LMU put out there was that they want the AVMA to rethink how they do accreditation and in many ways perhaps re-envision the entire structure of the COE. So LMU is fairly new in the space. They just received their accreditation 6 years ago in 2019. And with their massive growth, though, they've found that it hasn't been without its bumps. So in those past 6 years, LMU just recently has been put on a probation. So they've been put in a situation here where their accreditation is on a probationary state, and they feel that that is not as transparent, as clear, and in the way that it should be. This was something that a lot of different universities have been going through. The new University of Arizona school has been going through this. UK's Royal Veterinary College is on probation, or accreditation probation, which is really fun to say, actually, several times over. But a lot of these universities are hitting some of these hurdles, whether it's on NAVLE scores, financial readiness of the university, or even if it's on the state of many things behind the house, whether it's the upkeep of the facilities or the quality of the education deemed by the COE. So a lot of big things going on here. The thing that I found particularly interesting about this was that LMU as a university, and not the veterinary college, but they've been down this road before. In 2011, LMU sued the American Bar Association after their law school was denied accreditation. They ended up dismissing that lawsuit and they secured full accreditation. But it's really set up kind of this understanding of a team at the university that's been through these things before. This isn't their first go around of challenging the big dogs on accreditation. So we will see what's going on. There is lots more to unpack here, and there's going to be a lot more that comes from this. As I said in the Substack, we right there on the breaking edge of this story coming out, as soon as it hit the news wires, we had it in your inboxes. And we had the opportunity to hear back from the AVMA. Lisa Howard, who's the AVMA spokesperson, said it would be inappropriate to comment on this pending litigation at this time. So that's all that we've gotten from the AVMA. I'm obviously going to be at the conference in just a month's time, actually a little bit less than a month's time. And we'll for sure be poking and prodding the bear to try and get some more answers there. But lots of very, very interesting things going on. Now, in some more fun university news, this is the university edition. It might be summertime, but universities are keeping us busy. Texas A&M University's College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, the VMBS, which, you guys know me, I love a good acronym or a good abbreviation. The Texas A&M University College of Veterinary Medicine has named their new dean, Dr. Bonnie Rush. Dr. Rush currently serves as the dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine at Kansas State University. She's there for over 30 years, and she's really done an incredible job of growing that university. It's one of those big universities that's in the animal health corridor, and one that a lot of people really think highly of. So Dr. Rush is going to be bringing the growth and the things that she had, not only from her years at Kansas State University, but also building on a lot of the momentum that Texas A&M University has. Now, as someone from Austin, it pains me to say this, but growing up as a Longhorn, I know that Texas A&M University brings some incredible things, and they have landed an incredible new dean. Dr. Beth Davis, who's the current Executive Associate Dean at Kansas State, is going to be taking over as the interim dean, effective since you've been listening to this. So Dr. Rush is starting at the beginning of August in her new position, and the search is on for her replacement and a permanent replacement at Kansas State. So if you're not the dean of one of these new colleges that's going to be coming out, now is time to throw your hat in and plan to hear about a launch for an incredible new dean at Kansas State as well. So congratulations to Dr. Rush, congratulations to Dr. Davis, and to everyone that was behind the scenes pulling that all together. Another big congratulations, though, has to go out again to Texas A&M. The Aggies never quit. Royal Canin has contributed $500,000 to the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. Again, we got to give it the whole name. They're creating the Royal Canin Small Animal Clinical Nutrition Endowment Chair. Dr. Katie Tolbert is the inaugural recipient of the endowment chair position. She's going to be continuing her work at the university's gastrointestinal laboratory. Dr. Tolbert said, "The endowment will enable me to bridge the gap between research discoveries and clinical practice by building upon Royal Canin's established legacy of translating complex nutritional science into actionable knowledge for veterinary professionals. Through this position, I will expand and enhance these educational initiatives by developing innovative training modules, evidence-based clinical tools, and practical guidelines that empower veterinary health professionals at all levels to make informed nutritional recommendations with confidence." So again, if I'm going to put another thread through this whole thing, it's education, and one of these stories a little bit later is going to be talking about nutrition. Nutrition is a major thing that we are seeing nonstop investment in. And Royal Canin, as an already big-time leader in the space, is making a big investment into a massive lab and a massive chair opportunity here at Texas A&M University. So really cool things to see, and congratulations to Dr. Tolbert on that inaugural opportunity. Roseman University of Health Science has officially announced their plans to establish a College of Veterinary Medicine at their Henderson, Nevada campus, which, let's be honest, is going to be the spot to be during WVC once the college takes off. The university has submitted their letter of intent to the AVMA's Council on Education, which we discussed in our first story. Dr. Catherine Fogelberg has been named as the founding dean. And one of the interesting things about Roseman University of Health Science, which, I had to read up more on it to get myself familiar with what's going on out there in Nevada, but they already have a really robust medical portfolio. So they have a College of Medicine, College of Pharmacy, Dentistry, Nursing, and Biomedical Sciences. So they're really trying to tackle this One Health approach. And by adding in a College of Veterinary Medicine, they're going to be adding in sort of that last puzzle piece to be able to really approach a full spectrum of care across any and all species. The other thing that was really interesting is that Nevada is nationally recognized as not only a regular desert, but a care desert. It's a space in which there is not the availability of veterinary care that we see in many other parts of the country, and actually the lack of care that we also see lacking in many other parts of the country. But the goal here is for Roseman University to be a frontline defense against these access to care deserts, and we should hope to see this new university kicking off soon. Finally, I told you there was a story about food, and it ties it all together here. Partners Group has announced that they're acquiring MPM Products, which is a premium cat food manufacturer from the investment firm 3i. 3i has a huge portfolio as well, and Partners Group also has a very large portfolio. MPM Products is a premium wet cat food brand that's based in the UK, and they focus a lot on the real meats, fish, natural ingredients, and sort of a different way that the sector has grown. We're seeing a lot of changes and investment in the nutrition side of things and a lot of growth in the cat space. I know Andy Rourke and I had a good laugh talking about the year of the cat, but everyone keeps coining it. And one day it's going to be the year of the cat, so we might as well make the investments in it now. This, though, is pretty interesting, and the reason I don't talk about every single acquisition that of pet food or cat food or any sort of food, but the thing that I found particularly interesting about this was Partners Group already has a footprint in the U.S. veterinary landscape. They're the owners of Blue River, as well as Wedgwood, and by way of acquisition, Blue Rabbit. So the team at Partners Group, besides having a global presence and a massive investment portfolio across the entire globe, has a real hold on quite a few practices. Now, not to trade in rumors and, back office stories here, but in December of 2024, there were quite a few stories floating around about Blue River being up for potential sale, and that Partners Group was looking to divest that product or that company from their portfolio. It's now interesting to see that, Wedgwood has continued to grow. They've added Blue Rabbit to their portfolio, which in turn increases some of that reach for Partners Group into clinics. And now with the acquisition of MPM products, we're seeing them make even more investments into the animal health world. So pretty interesting to see. I thought it was kind of an interesting story to hear more about and to dig a little bit more into. So this is always the kind of stuff I love to see. Again, I know I've hit on the Substack a few times. I'm going to be making sure I bring you guys the top stories there so that you can hear more about what's going on. And as always, I absolutely love doing this show. For more on these and other stories, join us by subscribing to our Substack, and don't miss out on any episodes by subscribing and rating the show. For the Bird Bath, I'm Ryan Leach. See you next week.